I guess going on adventures is kind of my way of escaping reality. I typically go by myself. I look for things that most people just walk by. That's normally where I find beauty in things. I'm intrigued by the things that no one really sees. And my ideal adventure is not looking for things that are grand or huge or beautiful to everyone. I look for things that are not seen, things that people aren't interested in, at least not the typical person. Somebody somewhere was interested in something. That's why they made whatever it is that I see. I like to stop and I like to ponder. I like to look studious, which might be a little vain, I guess. But I like to look like I'm intrigued by something, because I become intrigued when I see people who are absorbed in something that they are doing. I become passionate. I become curious. I search for big pictures. I search for details. I search for it all kind of at the same time. And I love finding things that have never really been found, or things that are underappreciated. I feel, as a human, I feel like we're all underappreciated in some sort of a way. I feel like God made us specifically detailed as an individual with specific talents and specific reasons, specific purposes. Whether we know the path or not, we're detailed in God's image. And I appreciate that. I appreciate knowing that I'm the only one of my kind in this entire universe. But I also find a sense of belonging knowing that I'm also made in God's image. So I constantly belong to a race of people who are made in God's image, but I'm detailed so I can be an individual, so I can carry out His work, so I can see the things that other people aren't seeing. So there isn't a speck of dust or land or a path that is never untraveled, I guess. That's what an adventure is to me, to find the things that have been looked over or forgotten. So God's image and God's world and God's setting never go unnoticed. I find comfort in little things. I find comfort in trains, which is weird. Growing up in a town where there were trains every day, where your car was always stopped by trains, I find comfort in those things. And now being in Birmingham, I have to search for that comfort. But I find comfort in knowing that I belong somewhere, and I was taken from that place to belong somewhere else. And in this new place, I'm here to leave my mark. I'm here to make my name known in every single place where I go, because if someone knows my name, they're going to know the name of God. That sounds weird. But it's true. I think if I'm made in the image of God, I'm also made in God's name. And I carry His name in everything that I do. In every sight that I see, every adventure I go on, I'm going to find God. And in my previous adventures, I would search for Him until I ran out of time. And then I would go and I would debrief on what I found. But I just have to open my eyes is what I'm starting to realize. God is everywhere. God's in everything. He's in everyone. He's absolutely everywhere, and I don't have to search that hard. So the adventure isn't to find God necessarily. It's to appreciate God being everywhere and in everything. I want to take people with me. So let's go.